You've been the loudest voice in every room, including the room inside your own head, the one who has to have the answer, the one who can't let silence exist without filling it, the one who dominates every conversation, even the conversation with yourself, especially that one. You know that voice, the narrator that never stops narrating, the critic that never stops evaluating, the director that never stops directing. It comments on your feelings while you're feeling them, plans your words while others are still speaking, runs scenarios while life is still happening. You thought that was strength, the ability to override doubt, push through resistance, silence the parts of you that hesitated. You thought leadership meant being the singular voice that drowns out all the others. But something about it has never felt like leading. It's felt like suffocating, like holding everything so tight that nothing can breathe, including you. And now you're exhausted, not from doing too much, from being too much, from trying to be the sun that everything orbits instead of something else entirely. The exhaustion isn't from leading your life. It's from performing leadership over your life, from competing for dominance in your own inner world, from the constant effort of being in charge of yourself. The Amazon. No single tree commands it. No apex predator controls it. Yet it generates 20% of Earth's oxygen, regulates global weather, creates compounds we're still discovering. The jungle doesn't compete with what grows within it. It becomes the condition for everything to thrive. You've been trying to be the loudest roar in the jungle of your own being. You've never tried being anything else. Think about how you treat your own inner voices. The doubt that arises, you crush it. The fear that whispers, you override it. The parts of you that hesitate, question, resist, you silence them before they can finish speaking. You do to yourself what you'd never do to someone you loved. Silence the questioning. Punish the weakness. Exile the parts that don't perform. But those voices you've been silencing, you've never asked what they wanted, never wondered what they might be carrying, never considered that intelligence might live in the parts you've been trying to kill. The exhaustion you feel isn't from having difficult parts, it's from fighting them. From the constant civil war you've been waging against yourself, from the energy it takes to maintain control over an inner world that keeps resisting your control. You've been so busy being the sun that you've scorched everything trying to grow beneath you. You notice the cost in your body, the shoulders that never fully drop, the jaw that forgets how to unclench. The tension you've been carrying so long, it feels like structure, like if you released it, you'd collapse. Like the tightness is the only thing holding you together. You notice it in your creativity, the way ideas have to be approved before they're allowed to exist. The way play has to be productive or it doesn't count. The way spontaneity gets reviewed by committee before it's permitted to happen. You notice it in your relationships. The way you edit yourself before others can. The way you manage how you're perceived. The way authenticity has to pass through the controller before it's released. The conductor who stops conducting discovers something terrifying. And the baton goes down, the orchestra stumbles. Musicians look for direction that doesn't come. Eyes dart toward the podium. The music falls apart. Then something happens. They start listening to each other. The violin turns to catch the oboe's entrance. The cellos adjust to support the violas. Conversations emerge between instruments that had never heard each other, not because they couldn't, but because they'd never needed to. Someone else was always listening for them. The music that emerges isn't conducted, it's conversing. Different from anything forced into existence, more alive than any interpretation imposed from above. The orchestra knew how to play, they just never tried without direction. You don't know what would happen inside you if you stopped conducting. You've never let it happen long enough to find out. The moment silence begins, the baton goes back up. The moment control loosens, you tighten it again. The moment something unexpected stirs, you override it. You felt glimpses. The moments when you stopped trying to control everything and something else moved. The solution that arrived when you finally stopped demanding one. The clarity that emerged when you stopped forcing clarity. The peace that found you when you stopped chasing peace. The knowing that came when you finally got quiet enough to hear it. In those moments, you weren't the source. You were something else. Not the voice, but the silence where voices could finally speak. Not the center, but something more like space. Those moments felt like relief, like setting down something impossibly heavy, like finally being allowed to stop. And then you picked it back up, because the silence felt dangerous, because you didn't trust what might emerge without your supervision, because control is the only way you know how to be with yourself. You thought those moments were accidents, lapses, failures of vigilance. But something in you remembers how they felt, and something in you keeps wondering. You've tried to stop, tried to let go, tried to quiet the narrator, soften the critic, give the director a day off. But the trying is just more control. The effort to stop controlling is just the controller wearing a different mask. You don't know how to not try. Don't know how to let yourself be without the constant supervision. Don't know how to exist without managing your existence. The ancients had images for this. Indra's net, an infinite web with a jewel at every intersection, each jewel reflecting all others. Not one jewel at the center demanding attention. The net itself making reflection possible. Connection enabling brilliance. Yggdrasil, the world tree holding heaven, earth and underworld together, not ruling them, not controlling them, holding space for all of it to exist. Roots in the dark and branches in the light, and the whole thing alive because none of it is in charge. Power that flows through webs and roots and cycles. Power that cannot be hoarded, cannot be dominated, can only be participated in. You don't know if your inner world could work that way. You've never let it try. You've wondered sometimes, in moments when you're too tired to keep the grip, in moments when something slips through before you can catch it, in moments when you glimpse what your inner world might do if you weren't constantly directing it. But you pull back every time, because not knowing feels worse than exhaustion. Because chaos feels worse than control. Because the devil you know is still the devil you know. You've been taught the opposite. That strength means control. That leadership means dominance. That power means being the singular voice that everyone else follows. Even inside yourself, especially inside yourself, you've tried to be the king of your own kingdom. You've been taught that the alternative to control is chaos. That if you stop dominating your inner world, it will fall apart. That the parts you've been suppressing will overwhelm you. That the voices you've silenced will become a cacophony. But you don't actually know that. You've never tested it. You've only believed what the controller tells you. and the controller has a vested interest in staying in charge. What if the chaos you fear is actually an order you don't recognize? A music you don't conduct? A pattern you can't see from the center? You've never let it play long enough to find out. Kingdoms are exhausting to maintain. Every rebellion must be crushed. Every dissent must be silenced. Every part of you that doesn't serve the throne must be exiled or controlled. No wonder you're so tired. You notice it in your rest, the way you can't quite let go, even when there's nothing to hold. The way relaxation feels like something you're doing wrong. The way your mind keeps checking for threats even when you're supposed to be off duty. The way even sleep comes with conditions. The right temperature, the right noise level, the right number of hours before the alarm. You notice it in your joy. The way happiness gets evaluated before it's allowed. The way pleasure comes with conditions. The way even the good moments get monitored for whether they're good enough, lasting long enough, being appreciated correctly. The way you can't just feel something without the narrator commenting on what you're feeling. You've been winning every internal battle and wondering why you feel so defeated. Dominating every inner conversation and wondering why you feel so alone. Controlling everything and wondering why nothing feels alive. The tighter you grip, the less emerges. The louder your inner voice, the quieter everything else becomes. The more space you fill with your own narration, the less space exists for anything unexpected to arise. The fear you've been crushing might have something to say. The doubt you've been silencing might see something you've missed. The parts of you that resist your plans might know something your plans don't account for. The voices you've exiled might be carrying something you can't access any other way. Or they might not. You don't know. You've never let them speak long enough to find out. The jungle isn't chaos. It's a complexity so intricate that no single perspective can comprehend it. Every vine and root and creature contributing to something no individual organism could have planned. You don't know if the same is true inside you. You've never stopped controlling long enough to see. You've built yourself through force of will, through domination, through the kind of self-control that breaks bodies and exhausts spirits. You succeeded. And the success feels like something you can't name. Not satisfaction, not peace. Something more like maintenance. Like holding a shape that requires constant effort. Like being one thing when something in you suspects you might be many. You've achieved what you set out to achieve. Become who you decided to become. And you're exhausted. Not from the achieving, but from the controlling. From the constant effort of being one thing when something in you keeps multiplying. From the dictatorship required to maintain a singular identity when something in you keeps refusing to be singular. Some parts of you would be confused by silence. They needed you loud so they knew their place. They needed you dominant so they didn't have to take responsibility for themselves. They needed you in control so they could hide behind your control. The inner critic would panic. If you're not controlling everything, who will catch the mistakes? The planner would spiral. If you're not directing everything, how will anything get done? The protector would scream. If you're not vigilant, who will keep you safe? These parts have been running the show. They don't know who they are without the performance, but other parts might stir. The ones who've been waiting. The ones who couldn't emerge under your dictatorship. The ones who have something to say that couldn't be heard over your constant narration. You don't know what those parts would say. You've never met them. They've been exiled so long you don't remember their names. Maybe they have nothing useful to offer. Maybe the controller was right to exile them. Maybe they're just noise, just weakness, just the parts that would have gotten you hurt if you'd let them speak. Or maybe they're carrying something you need, something the controller can't access, something that only exists in the parts you've been trying to kill. You don't know. That's the point. You've never let them speak long enough to find out. The question isn't whether you're powerful enough to control yourself. You've proven that. You've controlled yourself for years, dominated yourself, forced yourself into the shape you decided to be. The question is whether the shape is the right one, whether the control has cost you something you can't see, whether the dictatorship has been protecting you or suffocating you. You don't know. You've spent years being the sun, burning yourself out trying to be the only source, exhausting yourself trying to control what keeps resisting control, fighting a war against parts of yourself that won't stop returning. You felt something else in nature, standing in forests where everything is alive, but nothing is in charge, where growth happens without a growth strategy, where things bloom and decay and bloom again without anyone directing the process, where the whole system holds itself together without anyone at the center holding it. You've wondered in those moments what it would feel like to be that. Not the loudest thing in the ecosystem, something more like the ecosystem itself. Not the one controlling the growth, the conditions where growth just happens. But you don't know how to be that. Don't know if you can be that. Don't know if it's possible, or just a fantasy you use to escape the exhaustion of being you. Sometimes you watch animals, the way they move without narrating their movement, the way they rest without scheduling their rest, the way they exist without the constant commentary about their existence. You watch children before they've learned to monitor themselves, the way they feel things without evaluating whether they should feel them, the way they want things without wondering if their wants are appropriate, the way they are themselves without the exhausting effort of being themselves. You remember being like that, or you think you do. Before the narrator started, before the critic moved in, before you learned that you needed to be managed, before someone taught you that you couldn't be trusted with yourself. You don't know how to get back there, don't know if back there still exists, don't know if you'd recognize yourself without the constant supervision. You just know that you're tired, tired of the war, tired of the effort, tired of being the dictator of a country that never voted for you. And somewhere underneath all the control, something is waiting. You felt it in rare moments, a presence that isn't the controller, a stillness that isn't suppression, something alive that doesn't require management to exist. It doesn't demand anything, doesn't push, doesn't fight for attention. It just waits. Patient in a way the controller has never been. Still in a way you've forgotten how to be. You don't know what it is. Don't know what it wants. Don't know if it's the answer or just another thing you'd try to control. You don't know if it would save you or destroy you. Don't know if it's the best of you or the worst of you. Don't know if it's freedom or just a different kind of prison. You've called it many things over the years. Your true self, your shadow, your soul. But none of the names fit. None of them capture the strangeness of sensing something in yourself that isn't managed by yourself. You just know it's there. quiet beneath the noise, still beneath the motion, unmanaged, uncontrolled, waiting for you to stop long enough to notice. You don't know what would happen if you stopped long enough to feel it. You don't know if you can stop. You just know that you're tired and that something in you is still waiting. Not for you to figure anything out, not for you to get it right, just waiting. The way the jungle waits, patient, alive, not needing your permission to exist. What have you been so afraid would happen if you stopped controlling yourself?